I want to tell you, this is the perfect storm. Now's the time for us to take to the streets, to march, to lobby, and to demonstrate to those on high who obviously do not know that this is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Today, women are marching because our daughters and sons, brothers and sisters, friends and partners are dying in Iraq for a war based on lies and greed. Women are marching because the cost of this war is bankrupting the U.S. Treasury and devastating the human needs programs that we worked for decades to build. Women are marching because there's rape and assault of female soldiers and female Iraqis with few consequences, and our soldiers are being sent home physically and psychologically damaged to a drastically inadequate health care system.
Has anyone in the history of the United States ever been so singularly wrong and misguided about such phenomenally important events and continued to insist he's right in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary? Has there ever been anybody in American history?
Support for Bush's war is drying up by the day, and Congress is feeling our pressure to act. Right now is the time that we have got to turn up the heat to put an end to this criminal war.
Nearly 4 years of the American occupation of Iraq is enough, and that nearly 40 years of the Israeli occupation of Palestine is clearly more than enough.
Thank all of you. You are the real patriots of America. My name is Maxine Waters, and I'm not afraid of George W. Bush. My name is Maxine Waters, and I'm not intimidated by Dick Cheney. My name is Maxine Waters, and I helped to get rid of Rumsfeld.
These are the men and women that served in Iraq and Afghanistan. I was a sniper in the 1st Infantry Division. I served 1 year in Iraq. Now I'm home. I'm still serving my country. I'm still serving my brothers and sisters and trying to get them home alive. Men and women are coming home and they're pissed off. I listened to the State of the Union address, and in the 50 minutes of rambling, George Bush not once mentioned the word veteran.
Troops home now! Troops home now!
I don't know.
Now everybody standing here knows that George Bush has a hearing problem. We told him through our vote that we did not want this war to go on, but again he was deaf. Not one more death, not one more dollar, not one more day.
As Americans, we share common values. Values of honesty, compassion, and whenever possible, nonviolence. Tragically, those fundamental values have been horribly betrayed, leading to this devastating time in our nation's history. Who among you loves your country so much that you have come here today to raise your voice out of deep concern for our nation? More death, no peace. More imperialism, no peace. We come here today on behalf of 1,200
223 active duty members of the United States military, reserve members, National Guard members who are using their constitutional rights to speak out against this war, an imperialist war, a war for profit, not for people, a war for death, not for people, a war against the working class, not for justice.
Today is and has to be the beginning. Women did not get the right to vote by the vote. Jim Crow did not end by the vote.
That's right.
The livable wage was not a product of the vote.
Come on.
It was all struggle. We must continue to struggle for peace.
Some of their logic: bomb Iraq to get rid of theoretical terrorists and manufacture thousands of terrorists in the process. Secure democracy by using techniques of torture and undermine democracy everywhere. Promise to liberate women and through occupation and invasion, and in the process reverse their constitutional rights, introduce Sharia law, rob them of protection, raise the level of violence that happened towards them. Insecuring people, make them really, really afraid. Create all kinds of terrors and alerts that shut the population up. Insecuring people, take away their rights, make them numb through addictive entertainment. We who are here today do not forget Mr. Bush. We remember.
You know what they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results.
We want clean, green energy! Yes! We want to close Guantanamo! Yes! We want to stop this torture and restore habeas corpus! Yes! We want to support the troops by bringing them home!
America is a fundamentally good and great nation as it evolves toward fulfilling its promise. It's better than our presidential leadership. The American people, nor the Congress, have agreed to the global calamity and disaster. Today we march for the soul of our nation, to preserve our nation's honor. We march in protest against our government's policy, mass action to change the course of our nation. We march. The war in Iraq is causing a war on the poor at home. Money needed for the working poor, the aged and the young, are being sacrificed for this misadventure. We do not need more troops in Iraq. We need more money at home. Justice at home. We need more diplomacy, more trade, more aid, and fewer threats. We need a war on poverty, not a war on religion. Out of the darkness and despair, these times demand leadership that brings light and hope to dark places, whose values are defined by words that become flesh. With acts, the Bible says, without vision, the people perish. A vision of coexistence over co-annihilation. A vision of hope over fear, of powering smart children, not smart bombs. A vision that realizes that right makes might, might does not make right.
Take your war and go to hell! ExxonMobil, BP, Shell, take your war and go to hell!
And they ask you, well, what is your plan?